Good evening, guys. This is Demetrius with Akeelah Traders, and today is Saturday, June 15th. And I'm taking the time. I wanted to make this video. I just really have not gotten around to doing a couple of videos as I wanted to, just kind of show some of the things that we're looking at here at Akeelah Traders. So for today's focus, I want to look at US30. And so US30 is the Dow Jones Industrial 30. Dow Jones Industrial Average, or in the Forex or CFD kind of trading market, is referred to as US30. And so this is one of the most dynamic, most volatile, and often, if you talk to a lot of traders, one of the most difficult assets to trade. And so I want to particularly take a deep dive into looking at US30 and kind of discuss what some of the things that we've discovered, some of our trading strategies and mindsets that we use to pretty much master US30. I would say that overall we are doing an exceptional job in trading US30. Our success rates with our trading strategies on US30 are well beyond 80–85% success rate in this trading. And so it's something I think we've gotten a pretty good handle on, but it's difficult because most traders try to apply some of their basic principles, looking at regular indicators, moving averages, TDIs, and Fibonacci's, and all these different kinds of tools that you can use, which are all great trading tools in and of themselves, but sometimes these things just do not work on US30. So what I'm going to start with is I'm taking this zoom out. I'm looking at US30 here on TradingView. I'm going to start on TradingView, and then we're going to go over to MetaTrader. But TradingView, I'm looking at US30 right now on the 4-hour chart. And so this takes us back all the way back through, for this view, back to January 2024, and up to, again, today is June 15th. So about the last 6 months. And so something that I want to point out here, when you're struggling, if you're struggling with a trading strategy on this, is that US30 is one of these assets that the majority of the time, the US30, the Dow Jones, is moving. It's moving in a particular direction, is moving strong in that direction. And so while many people have tried to do things like supply and demand zones, trading from zone to zone, trying to find support and resistances, buying when it's low, selling when it's high, all these different kinds of strategies that, again, can be successful in a lot of areas. I'm going to show you why that is not the best trading strategy, and we're going to dive into looking at some of the systems that we put in place to trade and show you how we're getting such a high success rate on that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here on my trading view is I'm going to go through and look at, most of you may know, but if you don't, there's usually 3 cycles that the market is moving in at any given point in time. Something is either buying, it's either selling, or it's consolidating, right? So in those 3 things, I want to show you here, if we just take this kind of visual look back on US30, and let's see what kind of things is US30 is doing. Right in this area here, we are consolidating. So I'm going to go through here and kind of mark over this 6-month time period the periods of time that US30 is in a consolidation. And this is just kind of a visual look right here. I would maybe mark this area here. You could possibly consider that. Let me use my mouse here. Possibly consider this area, but I'd say it's kind of, it really just pushed up and it's pulling back down there. So a little bit of consolidation here. You could say maybe right in this area here, we're consolidating. That's a push up and down, up and down, up and down. The next real significant consolidation, you can say a little bit here. Another consolidation. Oops, went way too far on that one. Let me do this better with my finger here. Okay, there. Got a little small consolidation right there. I'd say slight consolidation up here, right at the top. At this little head and shoulders pattern, right in here, you got a little small consolidation. I really wouldn't count this one because that's just a more of a pullback for the push up. But right in here, let's count this one and call that a consolidation. Another consolidation right here. And so what am I doing here? The thing that I'm trying to point out is that I think those are the ones that really stand out to me. So if I go through here and count these, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So really, and maybe arguably you can say there's maybe 1 or 2, but I'm just doing this a good eyeball. So 9 periods of time here, and all of these are relatively short periods of time, over the last 6 months that US30 has been in a consolidation, any significant consolidation on the 4-hour chart. And so we prefer to trade, when we trade US30, I usually don't like to go lower than the 4-hour, possibly go down to the 1-hour. But the bigger successes we're seeing is staying on that 4-hour time frame, okay? So if there's only 9 out of these, all of these trading periods here that US30 is consolidating, what is it doing the rest of the time? Let's go from this first consolidation here. Once it broke out of this consolidation, we see a pretty strong push up. And so again, on the 4-hour time frame, this is a pretty significant period of time. This is from January 18th over till January 22nd when it kind of peaked out. So you're seeing, 2, 3, 4 days of time where the market is just running in that direction. Consolidated again, not really consolidation, but kind of choppy right in here. And then again, we broke out again, strong move up, strong move down, strong move up, strong move down. You kind of see my point here. When US30 moves, it's going to move in that direction. It's going to move pretty strong. And once it gets to a certain level, it's no guarantee there whether it's going to break out to the upside or break back down to the downside. So if you were trying to trade this off of supply and demand, support and resistance kinds of things, you could be getting some mixed signals. You could either be waiting a long period of time for this market to come out of its consolidation state, or you could run into things like this. This is obviously a level right here, right? So once US30 broke out above this level, you would expect it to come back, retest this level. When it came back to retest this level, like it didn't do it to around this time, you would expect that would be a retest and then a continued move up to the upside. It didn't happen. It came down here, hit this level, pulled back a little bit, and then actually reversed on us. So you could have said, well, I would have waited to see the break and retest or whatever. But the point that I'm making here is the strategies that we use, or the approach that we use to, I would say, dominate US30, is that we only look to trade US30 when it is moving. And so we've studied a lot of different assets, but US30 particularly that I'm talking about now. And so we've created a lot of different metrics to help us look at things like the price action, the volumes that's going in. I'm gonna switch over to my MetaTrader chart right now to look at when the market starts moving in a particular direction, how strong those moves are as measured on the 4-hour time frame, what's the volume looks like, how significant is the move within these 4-hour candles, looking at things like the ATR to see what are the size of the candles increasing. And so overall, we've developed what we call just a strength of the market, a buy strength or a sell strength. And our system, our automated system or EA system that we're using here, is using a lot of these metrics, and it's giving us a calculation. It is saying, hey, at this particular period of time, US30 is sitting at a 100% buy. And so, but this is based on the time frame, so we can always change the time frames that I want to look at. We have the ability to say, do I want to look at the daily, on the 4-hour, the 1-hour? And so within our system, we can change these time frames here. So the actual time frames, the market is frozen, it's closed right now. So the actual time frames we were last looking at this, let's see, was the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute. So this was some scalping kind of stuff we were doing on Friday. But either way, our system would say at the time the market closed, the 15-minute was strongly buying. It was 100% in the bullish direction. The 5-minute was 75%. The 1-minute was in the 50%. But again, our only focus is mostly on the 4-hour time frame. So when we're trading this on the 4-hour, I'm concerned with what is US30 doing for this 4-hour time period. And when it shows us that the market is buying based on the metrics that we're using, when it's buying strong in that direction, our system goes in, we go in, and we execute a buy. And our mindset here is not that I want to buy when the market is low, which that's a general mindset with traders. Buy when it's low, sell when it's high. But we don't want to do that. As you get more experience and more in tune with how the markets actually run, and you really want to increase your win percentages, then we migrated to what we would consider is buy when it's already buying. So in a sense, buy when it's high. and sell when it's even higher. And the same thing on the sell side, on the low side. Sell when it's low, when the market is giving us confirmation that it's in a strong sell. That's when we want to get into a sell. I don't want to wait until the market is buying so strong and using supply and demand zone kind of techniques that the market is buying strong up to this way, but when it gets to this area, it's going to hit a point and start selling. The problem with that is, at what point, and I'm looking at the daily here, let me switch to the 4 hour. At what point during this 4 hour run up is the market exhausted? At what point is it going to turn around? Is it going to get to this point, and that's going to be the point that I should start selling? So if I use that and I said, well, hey, when it got to this level, if I'm using levels, as it pushed up over here, when it got to this level, I would be looking to take a sell, a pending sell, or looking for some kind of bearish candle. And if I see a bearish candle, I jump into a sell right here. Well, US30 is just going to take my money. It is a slight pullback, and it continued to push up. So what I'm advocating and what we're using, and I'm going to demonstrate this in some of our simulation to show how our system is capturing this, is we're going to find within the 4 hour time period and within also a very precise window. We are trading US30 based on our studies, based on our back testing and our analysis of US30 really for a very long period of time. We've narrowed down a very tight window to say there is an extremely high probability that if US30 is giving us a strong buy signal within this period of time of the market, this time of day, then it is almost surely going to continue to stay bullish for, X number of candles or X ATR, X price points or whatever. And all these things are kind of, calculated within our system. So we would wait until US30 showed us a strong buying signal here, and we would get in. And so we're going to get in, and because these are 4 hour candles, I'm going to zoom in here now and then take me back to this area I was in. Yeah, like maybe right up in here. We're going to wait until US30 shows me that it's buying strong and something like this, and we're going to get in inside of one of these, say, strong bull candles. We're going to get in. We're going to optimize our lot size, and we're managing risk the whole time. We're managing our risk appropriately. But instead of trying to trade the market like it's consolidating here and thinking when it's going down, well, maybe I start to buy here because it should hit this level. We're not going to do that. We're not trying to buy at the beginning of this move. We're not trying to buy when it's exhausted, but we're giving this system, or the asset rather, significant enough time to be extremely confident that it is going in our direction. We're joining that trade, getting our take profit target within a relatively short period of time, usually well within that 4 hour candle, sometimes within 30 minutes to an hour or something like that, based on the lot size that we're doing. And we're capitalizing on this, and we're doing it over and over and over. And so we're advocating that if you're not being successful, or you're just on the, say, 15-minute time frame, and you're trying to scalp US30 and catch these moves from these short zones to buying zones to another long zone, we're advocating that you need to come up to the higher time frame, get a stronger confirmation from a higher altitude look that the market is actually buying, and take advantage of that. Okay, so I'm going to run our strategy tester here. This is one of the strategies that we use here at Akeelah, our pro strategy that we're running on US30. I'm trading it on the 4 hour time frame, and I'm using the metrics that we have built into here to say exactly when to buy, exactly when to get out, what time of day, etc. So, excuse me, just for the short demonstration purposes, I'm going to run this just for, this is June 15th. We're going to go back to the 1st of May. It's what I got it set up. So for pretty much the last month and a half or something like that, 6+ weeks, we're going to go through and trade, and we're going to see what our system would have seen if we did this, and we're executing trades according to our plan. So let me start this, and we'll kind of talk about it as it goes a little bit. I'm doing this a simulation. I think I'm just going to say we got just like a $50,000 account. Okay, so a 50K account. In our inputs, we're going through here and we're risking approximately we usually typically risk anywhere from 1 to 5% on a standard trade. If we're being aggressive, somewhere between 5 to 10%. You choose that on your own. In this particular example, we're risking approximately 5% on this. And so we have our system set to say if I go in and I identify a high probability trade opportunity on US30, execute that trade. If I get 5% in profit, automatically close the trade, take my profits out. We're not trying to capture a long run on US30. Again, if it starts buying or selling strongly, I don't care if it starts and sells here and goes to zero, or if it drops 500 points. What I'm interested in is getting the most likely time period that if I enter the trade at that time, that it is going to continue in my direction almost without fail. So that's what we're looking for. All right, so let's trade. Let's start. And I'm just going to turn my regular candles on right here because we have our zone things in place, but I'm not really interested in looking at the visual part of this right now. So this is starting the 1st of May, and I'm going to speed this up a little bit and see when we come into a trade. So what I'm watching here is these are my signals. I'm looking at everything on the 4-hour time frame, so all 3 of these are going to be the same. That's what I like to trade US30 on. So once the market got to my signal strength for my settings is at 65%. So once the metrics that I'm using tell me that there's a 65% likelihood, or the strength rather, that US30 is selling right now is 65% toward the sales. So that's my trigger point to say it's most likely that if the market reaches this 65% time period, that it is going to continue to sell for the next, at least even short foreseeable future, right? And so we just missed right here with it, triggered pretty quickly. We took a sell. So our system took a sell order. I'm gonna go here and look at the results. We took a sell at 12:05 hours, which is about 5 a.m. And so for this particular strategy, I will be transparent with this and say that we are only trading this strategy New York market time, specifically between 5 a.m. and like 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m. at the latest, sometime between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern time. So really, by the time the New York market really gets cranking, the main market opens at 9:30, we're trying to finish our trading day, and that's another thing with US30. It's the market gets so dynamic. The open is really volatile. It's pushing up, it's pushing down. The market makers are trying to trick people and sucker buyers out of their sales, out of their buys, and sellers out of their sales. I don't care about that. Most of the time, US30 is making these moves that we're saying, demonstrating that it is either strongly selling or strongly buying. It's making those moves between 5 a.m. Eastern time and 9, most of the time before 9:30. And so we took this trade here at 12:05, that's 5 a.m. Eastern time, and we exited the trade at 12:30. So we were in this trade for 25 minutes. So on a 25-minute time frame here, we closed this out and made almost $3 grand, $2,700 on this is our $50,000 account. Okay, let's continue. So that's day 1, May 1st. Let's continue. And so again, our trade window is very short. So these are 4-hour candles. I think my trading day is done. Let's do this and see. This was the 9 o'clock. Yeah, so I'm stopping this at no later than 1200. I'm stopping it at 1830. So somewhere within this candle here is where I would have stopped. But signal strengths here showed me that after that sell that we captured and we sold from here to here, after that sell, my strengths went back down and said, I'm not really strongly selling anymore. So you don't need to jump into any sales. And now one would say, well, now the market started buying. Why didn't you take buys? Because my system is telling me that the market is still in an overall sell. So if it's in an overall sell, I'm not trying to jump in buys at all. I only want to buy when I'm getting a strong signal that tells me that it's buying. Okay, so we're done. It looks like that's the only trade for that first day. Let's continue. And at some point, I'm going to speed this up and just let it run a little bit more. But what I'm trying to do here is just really demonstrate if you focus on precision and accuracy. If you say, hey, I want to use more of the rifle approach for trading US30 as opposed to the shotgun approach, then we're going to be able to take these small rifle shots and say, hey, when you get this, get in, give me my money, and get me out. All right. So let's see. We're into the second day, second or maybe the third day. Okay, there. We just stopped again. We just took a trade here. This was a buy. If you see our strengths here, got above our 65%. And so it says once I did that within this 4-hour candle, I bought here initially, and I may have possibly bought again. Okay, looks like my trade is still open here. So maybe I bought once and then bought again, or did it close one? Oh, okay, no. So yes, it did. It bought at, again, 12:05 in the morning. So the first time we took a sell, the next, so that was on the first. We did not trade on the second. It didn't like what it saw on the second. So here comes the third, and we are trading at 12:05 again. We took a buy, and at 12:40, again, 35 minutes later, our system says, hey, I got my 5%. I'm out. I don't care if you keep going to the moon, baby. I have my money. Give it to me. I made another 2,700, almost $3,000, and I'm out. Now, the very next candle, that's what we're in here. So that trade was from 12:05 to 12:40. The next candle at 1,300 hours, so that would be at 9 a.m. Excuse me, that would be at 6 a.m. Eastern time. At 6 a.m. Eastern time, the market is still showing that, hey, I'm in a strong buy. So that next candle, we can take another trade, which we did. Let's see how that one, okay. We had a little small drawdown, but look, the market immediately pushed back up and closed us out, and we made another profit. Let's see what that is. Why does that show me a negative there? Okay, yeah. So we made another, this time we made a significantly bigger profit. We made almost $3,000 on that trade. And so the market is continuing to push up. So we're up a little over, can't see what my balance is now, $62,000 or something now. And let me look and see what my journal is telling me. Okay, trading stop, we hit our daily profit goal. Our daily profit goal in here was, I believe it was 10% or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the daily profit goal settings at 10%. So if within any one day we hit a 10% goal, the system will automatically close us out. But another successful trade there. So let's continue. So for whatever reason, my balance didn't update in here, but it updated in these results. So that's something in the tester. Right now, our balance is about 62,000. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we're done for that trading day. So we're not going to take a trade again until we get to the 4th. Oh, I guess that was a weekend. 5th. Yeah, it must have been a weekend. So that switched to the 6th. Okay, the morning of the 6th, we're back here. Now you see our balance did update again. We're back here to the 6th. We just took a trade, a buy. What time of day you think that is? Wow, 12:05. There's something about this 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, at 5 o'clock in the morning, US30 starts pumping. And we've seen this, and it doesn't do it every single day, but we've seen this for weeks and weeks and months back, that early part of the morning, you know, the market makers are getting in, smart money, so to speak, is getting in, getting their positions, and they're starting the market moving so that by the time the retail market opens up at 9:30, they can take all these suckers' money because they've already made theirs early. So we're just trying to join in and trade, you know, when the market is moving like this. So we just took a buy at 12:05, and let's see here. Right now we're floating like $1,400 in profit. So our 5% goal now if this is, we're roughly $62,000, so 5% of that is going to be roughly what, $3,000, $3,100 or something like that. So we're floating $1,400. If we get to $3,000, $3,100 in profit, it's going to automatically close it and take my money. Let's see if that happens. Or is it going to go the other way and we're going to go and draw down? 1,500, 1,900. We're back to break even. And let's see, did it close? Okay, now it looks like it's just sitting there. Oh, yes, it did close. Okay, I guess it just happened a little fast there for me. So now, yeah, we close out again. And so we closed here and close out at right at $3,000. So $3,000 total. Our goal is at 65. So there are times like this makes me go back and think something happened here with this period of time that made it our profits a little bit bigger than they actually should have been, and that's most likely a news event. A news event, if the news event pushes the candle, if it's 8:30 a.m. news or something like that, and the market just skyrockets that way, we got a favorable close and got more profits than we really should have closed out at. Okay, so we're continuing again. That trade was profitable, and now you see at that point we left US30 alone for the day. I'm done. That was, what day was that? That was the 6th. So May 6th, the rest of the day of US30 is kind of looked like it possibly was going to keep pushing up. But once the market kicked in, the time of day, let's see, at this point, this is probably near the open. Yeah, so this candle here, 1,300 and then 1,700. So yeah, somewhere within this time, this is the regular market open at 9:30. The market starts, in my mind, acting a fool again. So I don't want to be trading that, folks. And I don't think you should be trading that. Let's make our money early on US30, be done by 9, 10 o'clock in the morning at the latest, and go play golf, go fishing, go back to sleep, do whatever it is you choose to do. So we're done for that day, and now we're not going to take another trade until the 7th. And so I think this has kind of demonstrated what we're doing here a little bit. So I'm going to speed it up a little more because I do want to, for the rest of this video, at least get through the rest of the month of May and into June, because I want to see how our system is doing. Sometimes we're winning, the majority of the time, rather, we're winning these trades. But there are some times that we're getting, we're getting taken. We're losing. So I want to be able to see if we can actually capture that and how our system is handling it. Okay, another day came, we just bought US30 and won a short trade again. We bought it this time, we bought it, okay, a little bit later. So this time we bought it at 1720, which would be, what is that, at like 10:20. So we bought it at like 10:20 a.m. and closed out 20 minutes later. Closed it, took our money. Let's get out of here. Now the market did continue riding up, but for our purposes, I don't care. That's not my trade strategy. Next day, we bought again and closed out. Let's just speed this up a little bit. Let's keep going. So we're about mid-May right now. We started this account at $50,000. The balance is up to around 75 right now. Okay, we just bought again, and now we're in some drawdown. We're in the negative, almost $3,000. So this time we bought during this candle based on our system telling us that the market should have continued going in the bullish direction, but we kind of got a little switch up here. So we're going into some drawdown. It was just a pullback. There's our money again, folks. Let's keep moving. So we're mid-May, and now I am just going to speed it up and let it run through several more trades. So we're on the 22nd of May. We took a sell there, another sell, and close out. So on this fall down, I want you to see here how, so we were buying back in these days, back here the 16th, 17th, something like that. Once we come out of this consolidation period here, our system picked up, hey, the volumes or the overall price, just our overall strength is really what it's identifying, is that there's a switch here. We've gone from being bullish to, once we came out of this consolidation, it sees that, hey, we're being bearish here, and we picked up this sell from this short time frame. From here, we sold it at 39,694, and we closed it out at 39,647. So not quite a $50 move on US30, but that was enough to get us our profits that we needed. Let's see where that sell is. This sell here, nope, that's the last one. Let's back up. The sell on May 23rd, we sold it at 1620. That is 920. So 10 minutes before the U.S. market opened, we executed that sell, and it closed out at 930. So at the market bell, US30 dropped. We were already in a sale prior to the market opening. We took our profits and got out. Okay, so we're through almost the end of May now, and we've, at this point, I mean, through this, simulation, and with the risk that we're incurring, we've more than doubled our account. So let's keep going. Okay, there's another sell and a profit, another sell and a profit, a buy, and I think, did we take a loss on this buy? No, we opened this buy and we actually got profit on it before the market dropped on us. So we won that trade. Again, now here we did take a loss because we entered this buy here and pulled back. Let's see if I have that in here. Show me how much did we lose. Yeah, so we lost here. That was a pretty big loss. So this was on June 6th at 1640. So that's what, 940. So when the market opened this time, we got suckered that time. So US30 did get us that day. We took a buy here, and the market pulled back on us pretty sharply. That's a very fast switch up, and so we took a loss on that one. Pretty significant loss on that one compared to the size of the wins that we're doing. But this is all within the risk management tolerance that we have here, so no big deal. That same, no, not that same day, the next day, the next morning, we did our buy early, and this time from 12:05 to 14:40. So it took almost 2 hours this time that we were in this buy. So from this buy here, within this same candle, bought it and made at least half of those losses back almost. Maybe a little over a third of those losses, I'd say. Okay, so still we're up pretty significantly. Okay, now we are, that was the first part of June. So we are near, yeah, we're near the end time now. This is June 11th or 12th or something like that. So it doesn't look like we took any more trades. So we look like we're going to end up with right around 118. So still a little better than double. Wait, we sold again. And I can't tell if we took a loss on that one or not. Let's see. Yeah, we did take a loss on that one. So we lost a little over $3 grand total on that. That was a buy. So we took a buy here and lost. And then we took a sell the very next day, and we profited pretty big on that one. So maybe we're going to end up with right around here. Let's see. Okay, another win, another loss. Okay, so we ended up in this example here right around 133,000, and we started this account at 50,000. So again, this is being very aggressive. I've said this a couple of times, not recommending that you as a trader that you trade this unless the funds that you're investing $50,000, if it's not that significant amount of money relative to the size of your overall account, then definitely you can be comfortable in applying these kind of settings. So this is in a simulation kind of mode. This is through back testing that we go back, but I want to switch here and near the end of this video go and show that how we're running this same strategy here on our live accounts. We have been running this same strategy on our live accounts. Now it's mixed in with a lot of other things. We're trading US30, we're trading NASDAQ, we're trading gold over this period of time, and we're not using quite as aggressive settings as we did in this demonstration here, but I am going to jump over to our Akeelah portfolios here, and you can see these at trade.akeelah.io. You can go there to our trading portfolios, and you can pull up and see the type of accounts that we're running. So we've got two accounts that we're trading. One is our primary account, is trading with a smaller, maybe around $8,000–9,000 balance right now on that account. Our advanced account is upwards of what, 270 or something like that, so a significantly larger size account. And so my point with these is that this same strategy that we are advocating that you should be using on US30, we're trading that same strategy on both of these accounts. Slightly different risk tolerances there, so not as aggressive, but you can see the one that we're being the most aggressive on is this advanced account. This advanced account, we are up 170. Let's see, so the balance right now is 278. So we started this account with right around $100,000. Let's go look at the performance there. And the majority of these profits on here are from US30. US30 is the main asset that we're trading. So if I look on here, because there are other things that's being traded on this account, right? US30 is 40% of our trades. We are trading a little bit of S&P 500. Gold is about another third of those trades in there. But you can see that we've been getting pretty significant results. We started this account back in March. So near the end of March, we started out in the hole. But for April, May, and June to date, you can see pretty significant results in here. And so we have grown this account from, let's see, a total profit of about 170,000. And the balance is 278. So yeah, we started it with right at $100,000 account size. Okay, so you know, we're getting these actual results in here. And again, you can see US30, that's 40% of the trades. So this same system that we're saying that we're strongly advocating, you should be using this for US30, folks. We're dominating the market with US30, and it's a combination of several different things. And so we'd love to have you take a look at some of the things that we're doing here with Akeelah. Take a look at these strategies. Take a look at our AI system that we have that's running, that's managing these strategies automatically, that's telling us exactly how to measure this market strength. You know, the coding and everything is in there that's telling us to look at this and don't look at this. Look at this, consider this, don't consider that. We've kind of got it narrowed down to you. We've kind of taken the science out of you having to figure out when the market is buying, when it's selling. Follow the system, take the trades at the recommended strengths and settings. We have particular set files, you know, based on our evaluations and assessments that said you should be buying this when it gets that 65%. Is a very strong proven number for us. So you can see through the overall results. As I close this out, let's just look at the overall report and see what the total results were from that. So we started this with a $50,000 account. We made a little over $83,000 in profit. The absolute drawdown is an important number here. The absolute drawdown we had was only $562. So we only went $500 in the hole. You know, from that point on, it was upwards. And so we did win most of our trades. We had some pullbacks. And if you look at our overall win percentage, that's 86% of the trades that we won. And you can see our largest profit trade, average trades in here. And so that's pretty significant results. I mean, you can't say that that's something that's haphazard. So I dare say there are very few, if any, traders that are consistently getting those kind of results from trading US30. So hopefully this video was very informative for you guys. It gave you a breakdown of what we're trading with US30 and why we're trading it that way. So you guys please take a look through this video, like the video. Please leave us some comments if you have questions or something that you want to see a little more details on. Please do that, and we'd love to answer your questions and get back to you. Hit that subscribe button to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys next time. God bless you. Have a great day. Thanks.